Have you been thinking that you really should be recording more video content, but for whatever reason you just haven't done that? Maybe you don't like the look or the sound of yourself and watching back that recording, or maybe there's other reasons. Maybe you think you don't have time. Whatever it is, I'm glad you're interested in recording more video content, and I'm hoping by the end of this video that you will be encouraged and inspired to start hitting that record button and putting out video content, because there are a lot of benefits to doing so. Hey everyone, my name is Wade Patterson and I am passionate about impactful communication. My YouTube channel is all about making you a better public speaker, a better content creator, all sorts of things. So if this video provides you any value at all, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. So back to the topic of the video of producing more video content, and let's start off with why. Why should you be interested in doing this? I'm a big fan of the saying, the medium is the message, and that it's not so much what you say in the message as it is the way you say it. And this has all forms of communication tied in, but when we include video communication, it's much more powerful than text communication or audio communication, because we're incorporating the visuals, the body language. You can determine so much of a person's intended communication simply by watching his or her body language when they speak. I've used a few examples in the past on this channel of how important body language is, and that you can say the same words twice and they could have completely different meanings. For example, I'm really enjoying shooting this video. This is awesome. Means something completely different than, I am really enjoying shooting this video. This is awesome. I just said the same words in two different ways and they had vastly different meanings. And this is why video is powerful. We also know that video communication resonates with consumers of content, whether that's on social media or video emails or any sort of format. So there's benefit if you're a business or you're trying to grow your following of incorporating video into your communication mix. And what's crazy is we've been talking about video content for a very long time. Since decades and decades, we've known that video is important, but for some reason, the majority hasn't grasped on. Most people don't produce video at a regular cadence where it would really benefit their business or whatever that they're trying to accomplish. So there is still an opportunity. If you are that person who starts to incorporate more video, I certainly think that in years down the road, we will see even more and more video content than we already do. So if you're thinking you're too late to the game, you're not. You're still in a good timing where you can really benefit from producing video content. It's funny because you may have a situation where you're by yourself in a room and you're practicing saying something and it's no problem, but as soon as you stick a camera in front of you, even though nobody's in the room, all of a sudden we freeze up. That is a completely natural reaction, and perhaps it's because we know in the future somebody is going to watch that content, but through this video, through these tips, I'm going to give you a couple of ideas which will hopefully take away that fear so that when you set up a camera, just like I'm doing right now, you hit record and you start talking with no hesitation. Before we dive into the specific tips, I want to address something that is a very common fear, maybe not even fear, but a feeling amongst people when they watch back their videos and maybe they look or they sound different than they thought, or they don't like the way that they're coming across. But it's important to remember that that's you. That's a video representation of you, and people are used to seeing you in person. When you go to a social event, you are yourself. You're going there, you're meeting people face to face. Video is no different. So don't beat yourself up over how you think maybe you sound or anything like that, because the truth is everyone is uncomfortable when they start video. It takes more time and practice until they become more comfortable, and before you know it, you're going to be a natural. You're going to crush it at video. Okay, enough with the introduction. Let's dive into those specific tips that are really important to consider when you're producing video content. And tip number one that I have is to smile. Smile more than you think you need to smile, because the truth is, when somebody is watching the video of you, Even though it might feel uncomfortable how much you are smiling, that positivity, that energy is going to translate. You have to almost overdo it on video for the viewer to actually kind of get the benefit of seeing your upbeat enthusiasm. So ensure that you are smiling a lot when you're producing video. A common mistake is that a lot of people don't smile at all. They are so serious, they're on film, and it's kind of awkward to watch. It just doesn't look like the person is enjoying themselves. It does look like they're a little bit uncomfortable on camera. Now, I understand that not every video is going to be an upbeat or a fun tone. And so, of course, use common sense. If you're talking about serious subject matter, maybe for that video, you have to be a little bit more toned down. But the majority of videos, even if it's kind of a neutral topic that you're trying to educate somebody about, smile often because your viewers will appreciate it. The second tip I have is to do a little bit of planning before you turn on the camera and hit record. Plan a basic structure of what you want to talk about. I think there's an assumption sometimes that people just wing it and turn on the camera and just go for it right away and talk off the top of their head. But even as I'm shooting this video right now, I've thought about what I want to say. I've given myself some notes, and I'm not reading off of a teleprompter or anything like that. I know the basics because I've thought about it, I've read through my notes, and as I'm shooting the video, I know I can break it into chunks. If I screw up on something, I can pause, reset, and then read that line again, and in the editing process, I can chop that together to make it seem natural and have that flow that isn't distracting for the viewer. Like I've said so many times in past videos on my channel talking about preparing for speeches, don't plan everything out verbatim, word for word. There's no need for that. Just give yourself categories or topics that you want to talk about, reference those, look at the camera, give yourself a second so that the editing can be an easy stitch, and then begin talking about whatever it is that you want to talk about. My third tip is if you're not so great with the memorization piece and that's causing you a lot of frustration, you can place a note just past the camera, something that you quickly glance at from time to time with bullet point reminders of what you want to talk about in the video. It's important not to stare and read off of a note because as you can probably tell, like I'm doing right now, I'm not maintaining eye contact with the camera and it looks as though I'm reading something. Maintain that eye contact. You can look around from time to time as you are on video talking about whatever you're talking about. But if you have a subtle note that has bullet point reminders, it might be a quick and easy way for you to reference, remind yourself what you are going to talk about next. That way, you don't have to continually bring out another sheet of paper and read off and make the editing job really hard. You might even be able to do it in one take by talking to the camera, quickly looking, referencing your notes, and continuing with whatever it is that you were hoping to talk about. My fourth tip is to just do it. So many people talk about wanting to produce video at some point. It's this thing that they have planned down the road. The reality is, if you never get started, if you never hit that record button, it's going to be easy to continually come up with excuses that prevent you from actually doing it. Look at any famous YouTuber and their earliest videos. You'll notice a common thread that everyone started at a very basic level. Mr. Beast recently talked about how his first camera was a not very good laptop camera that he would use, and his audio equipment was horrible, and he just surpassed 100 million subscribers on YouTube. But the point was, he got started somewhere. Everyone has to start at some point, and your videos likely aren't going to be the most professional quality off the hop. They can evolve to a certain point that you can be incredibly proud of, but getting started is the key. Hitting that record button, shooting that first video, and then learning how you can improve from there. But the key is to get started. A final fifth bonus tip I will give for this video of how to start producing video content, how to be comfortable on video, is to shoot a batch of videos at once. You may notice on my YouTube channel that Sometimes 4 videos in the row, I am wearing the same outfit, which really I could go to more effort and constantly change my shirt, but I'll be completely transparent with you. Even as I am recording this video today, I am recording 3 other videos. I have all my camera equipment set up. Why not make the most of the moment? This is a good way to batch video content, create 2, 3, 4, 5 videos at a time, maybe more. Maybe you want to spend a whole day recording videos that are going to last over the next 2 months. That's a great idea, but once you're already set up and you've got all the equipment ready to go, it doesn't really make sense to just shoot one video. If there are multiple videos you can be shooting, take that opportunity, shoot more content, which is going to last longer online. I hope this video on how to make yourself comfortable producing video content was valuable to you. If it was, please subscribe to my channel. I am passionate about impactful communication, and my dedication to you is that I will continue producing videos just like this. Also consider leaving a comment. I really try to get in there and reply to as many of the comments as possible. I would appreciate you commenting and let me know, was this video helpful? Did I miss any tips? Leave it in the comments. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.